Hello guys, my name is Mohammad Abdullah and welcome back to a brand new video. As you guys have read the thumbnail and seen the title, so let's just not waste any more time and let's get straight to the point. So this video is not going to be as simple as the previous ones. It's going to be a bit different. It's going to just kick into those psychological thoughts that we've just instilled in our minds and we're not letting that go. So, as you guys know, there is this Iran-Israel war going on. Like Dubai is being bombed, and like Qatar is being bombed, and everything is like a mess in the today's world. And and the conferences is happening in Pakistan about Iran and Israel war, the U.S. situation, everything. I know you guys are well aware of that. So, this one is for the people who are actually panicking, or just like being threatened that the world is gonna end and they would have like no secure place to be and on this planet and they're gonna eventually die. So there is no way they could save themselves and fight such an higher power. There's nothing they could do about life in general. Okay, so first of all you have to get this thought out of your mind because like you remember when COVID came, right, in 2019, when it like started to like just come out actually. So people who actually took that decision, like the big pharmaceutical companies, who, or maybe let's just say people who had no connection to the medicine business or this pharmaceutical businesses at all, they actually who were just a regular businessman, okay, they just took the initiative, combined two governments, and they used their charters to deliver those medicine to those countries that were in need of the aid. Okay, so they actually their net worth tripled, like actually quadrupled. They made so many money, so much amount of money that you guys can't even imagine. It's like Indian businessman, Chinese businessman, American businessman. Every single person actually made a lot of that misery, right? So it was not so bad for those people, right? Why? Because they took the right initiative, they took the right decision to just reach to that point. So if they would have just gone and sit like with their hands in their lap and just sit there with no sort of hope in their minds, do you actually think they would have considered, or let's just say they would have actually been there where they are? Because they took a risk in that pandemic, in that serious situation that was about to end everyone's life. They actually gathered their hope and they connected to people and became the middleman and actually sold so many units that they couldn't have sold sell by any means in their businesses. They made a hell of a lot of money. So I think you should just, if you're a common man, you should just stick to your principles, do whatever you are doing, ignore the news, ignore those every single, let's say every single of the like articles of these news, these memes, everything you should ignore. Why? Because there's first thing first, there's nothing you could do about it. There's nothing you can do if there is war going on, and let's say, just say if a missile hit you, you're gonna die, right? You can't fight it back, right? Unless or until you are as important as Donald Trump or let's just say JD Vance, there is no point for you to just go and jump in this situation and actually destroy your lives. Because people who are talking about it, people who are holding an influence on certain people, it doesn't matter for them. It won't affect them. No, their money won't stop coming in. Their children won't stop going to the school, even if they are dead. There is they have a hell of a lot of money to just that's gonna be passed around to their children. There is people still gonna talk about them, still gonna respect them, and like the fifth and the last point, like people are still like there will be a huge audience that would still think of them as a heroic figure, right? But let's just say you just waste this opportunity and stop working on your life because of this war situation. What would people think about you? You would be a nobody, okay? You would die a nobody. You just have to work on your thing no matter what happens. Like, let's just say maybe you might be thinking, oh, I'm so disciplined. I'm not really disciplined, okay? But when I want something with all my heart, I actually become really disciplined about it. So it just like it's just like a thought you train in your mind that you just think about over and over and over again, and it actually come true, right? It's just basically sort of manifesting things that you keep on manifesting, and one day it actually just become a reality, right? So first of all, first things first, remove every single negative thoughts from your mind. Don't think about negative stuff. Don't give it your, like, don't give these things your mind. Don't think about them. Don't talk about them. Maybe you want to talk about it, but you can't escape the, you know, that fun of talking about it. But the third thing is, just ignore it, because you have nothing to do with it, and there is nothing you could do to change that or affect that, because you don't have that sort of influence. So it's better to just keep on working unless or until you become the man who could control things, and who you know, who could impose their their right on the world, and world would happily accept it. Unless or until you have that, it's none of your issue and none of your problem. So keep working hard, keep ignoring the news, keep thinking about your life, and keep growing. Thank you so much. This was a small little message from me to the people out there who are actually in those countries and getting suffered. That's all I have to say. And thank you so much. Do remember me in your prayers, and I hope you stay safe. We'll meet next time. Until then, take care. Goodbye.